If you have paid any attention to my Civic over here, you will notice I haven't had a fuse aux cover pretty much since I did the engine swap. I don't know what happened to my original one, but it went missing. And I'm surprised the car is still running because I know it's gotten wet and dirty and all the above in there. Living in Florida, it rains all the time. And sometimes you want your windows down a little bit, but you know, water gets in and that's no bueno. So we also have some stuff for the Fit today. What is going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. This is one of those rare times that both my cars are gonna get some love and I'm super excited about it. The first car we're going to work on today is going to be the Civic, and as I said, the fuse box hasn't had a cover on it pretty much since I did the engine swap, and I really don't know what happened to it. You can see it's covered in leaves, and because of my hood spacers, you can actually see it exposed, which means that it's definitely gotten wet before, and that's obviously not good for the car. So for $15 on eBay, we got a blank cover, and they sell these with the sticker, but I'm going to paint this one to match the rest of my engine bay to make it look a little bit cleaner. I think it's going to look out pretty good. First thing to do is prep this for paint and sand it all down and get all scuffy. Now I am using that metal cast paint again. I bought a brand new can, and you're supposed to use the metal cast primer to make it look the best. Apparently AutoZone doesn't have it, so I'm just using a regular automotive primer. So we'll see how the color turns out. I think this will look better than just putting this on black because this is a translucent paint. So hopefully it looks half decent. You know, it says it's a fillable primer, and I was kind of expecting it to fill those deep scratches. So I might just let it like dry, and then I'm going to use like a 200 grit and just go over all the deep scratches because I used 120 and I should have done that. While we let that dry up, let's start on our second install of the day. And today we're gonna be putting on window visor things on the Fit, and I'm pretty excited about it. I generally hate these things because I think they look ugly on 90% of cars, but on a car like the Fit, I think they look pretty good. Now, I got these from Icon Motorsports off of Amazon. They were $30. The fitment isn't the best. They don't quite reach edge to edge, and they don't follow the correct curvature of the window, but hopefully it's minuscule enough to see. The fitment is definitely a little questionable, but I think these look really dope, honestly. For $30, you really can't beat that, and I'll put these in the link in my bio. But I'm gonna do a little edit of it because we have a lot of edits to do today. So let's check this out. Fitment might be a little whack, but I think they look cool, and hopefully they're functional. I'm kind of curious because I've never actually been in a car with these, so I want to see what it looks like from the inside. Dude, these things are freaking cool. So like now when I'm cruising down the road and it's raining, I can just put my window down a little bit and the rain won't come in because I have these freaking guards here, dude. Like that is so cool. Look, it's still protected. I don't know, I think stupid things are cool like that. Like all my windows are cracked and you can't even tell because there's a guard there. It's freaking dope. Now that my primer is dry, we're gonna start putting the metal cast paint on, and hopefully it doesn't look too bad and it matches the valve cover in the Civic, so it all matches nice and beautifully. I put a couple coats of clear coat on it. Now we just gotta wait like 20 minutes before we can actually put it in the car, and hopefully she looks all right in there. Now it may look a little cheap and cheesy to some, but I kind of like it. It adds a little bit more color to the engine bay, which maybe I'm starting to like race the engine bays with all the colors, but let's show this off. A little something to add a little bit of color I think goes a long way inside of an engine bay that's like 20 some years old. Now we're gonna take the Civic for a quick rip because this car deserves to be driven more. But we are having some issues with the car, and I'm not quite sure how to fix it just yet. So that's why I'm putting in the video, so maybe you guys can put in the comments of how to fix my issues. This car is so freaking rowdy and loud, and it's amazing. So pretty much ever since I started driving this car, my transmission was leaking, and it was coming out of the axle seals at first, and then is it that your input shaft seal, the one where the thing goes in, wherever your shifter connects to, I had to replace that seal. And I did that like 2-3 weeks ago. I came out to the garage this morning to move the car out so I could do this video, and I noticed a small puddle. So I moved the car out, and then I noticed another small puddle, and I'm not sure where it's coming from now, and I'm not sure if there's like a crack in my transmission case, or the seal's no good, maybe that gasket went bad already, or something's not right. I'm not really sure, but it's definitely wet underneath the car, and I'm not sure where it's coming from. I took the car out one time a couple miles up the road for a car show, and next thing you know, I'm leaking again, and it's kind of messed up. So I did spray some brake clean underneath the transmission to see if I can see anything. Started the car, didn't see any more drips or drops, so it could be an overfill issue, but I noticed it's a little bit wet around one of my axles, where actually my half shaft is, which is weird if that gasket failed, because that gasket's maybe 2 years old, so it's still a pretty brand new gasket, so I'm not really sure. A couple of the bolts looked wet, but when you're driving, things splash around, things get wet. I mean, it's part of it, so I'm not sure what's leaking and what's not leaking. I'm gonna keep monitoring it for the next few days, but I'm thinking it's either a loose bolt or a crack somewhere. I'm hoping it's not that, but it's always a possibility. Today was definitely a day of short installs, but I think short installs sometimes are the best installs. We made the Civic a little bit safer by putting a fuse cover on there, painted it to match the engine bay and make it look a little minty. Put the rain guard things on the Fit, and honestly, I think it looks really good. Yeah, when you're up close, it doesn't look the best, but it's nice. So I'm gonna leave you guys off here, so if you guys could please do me a few things: comment, like, subscribe, do that fun stuff, keep doing you, and stay motivated. Catch you guys next time. Peace out and peace.